Let me show you how I made these cute sublimation car coasters. Just blanks off Amazon. I'm going to be using my converted sublimation Epson tank 2800. My images were 275, so I made them a 1/4 inch larger. As you can see, you tape them face down to your image make sure you got them exactly where you want them. Trying not to touch the printed image, as I've seen after sublimation it leave burned finger mark prints. Just gotta get enough tape on it to make sure it holds secure when you flip it over. I personally like to put cardstock, heavy cardstock, down on top of my heat press mat. I don't like the squishiness of the pad. So I put the cardstock down and then I use butcher's paper. So it goes butcher's paper, the sublimation paper with the blank attached, and then butcher's paper again. And then my heat press goes on top of the butcher's paper. There's my time. I could have turned the temperature down, but we're gonna try it, see what happens. Because these have a rubber bottom on them, the heat kind of makes them want to curl slightly, so my wonderful husband found me a heavy box I could lay on top of them as they cooled, so I didn't have to touch them and they became flat. I'm so pleased. They are just wow. Nice, flat, and bright. I've got a few more to do, so I'm just going to, I printed it out again, and I'm cutting off the corners that Cricut Design Space sets up for us because that does have sublimation ink on it. This is all a well-ventilated area and on top of a fan going. So lots of fresh air going around because when you do heat this up, the sublimation does go in the air. I've heard people become allergic to it, so we don't want that. And we are almost done. Let's lift her up. And I'm going to let them cool, a little flatten. Just a couple more minutes. There we go. Let's see how they came out. I always allow them to cool so I don't have to even use the gloves. It's hard not to just grab them, but I do. Look at that color. The saturation. Again, on an Epson, a converted Epson 2800 Eco Tank with sublimation ink in it. And now we just get to admire the prettiness. Those are going to be so bright and colorful for vehicle cup coasters. They're just going to be a knockout. But thanks for joining me. This was fun. Vehicle car coasters with you. My printer settings are just simply presentation mat on fine printing.